And they only managed to bring back his legs. Right? Let's do this. Onward.
In times of old, the world was full of wonder.
Yep, just as expected. They've been saying that in the past it was full of fantasy, and now the world of Onward is set in this contemporary world, and the mother is watching exercise videos.
That's okay.
I have a gift from your dad. He just said to give you this when you were both over 16.
No way! It's a wizard staff. Dad was a wizard.
What? Your dad was an accountant.
This spell brings him
But was he an accountant with an interest in magic? Ooh, that diagram looks very telling.
It is with this.
And there, as you can see, is Tom Holland before he got that crazy haircut. Have you been seeing the pictures going around Twitter? And they only managed to bring back his legs. Right? That's what they said at D23.
He's just legs. I definitely remember Dad having a top part.
Does he talk?
I do. Hi.
We only have 24 hours to bring the rest of
Yep, just like what the LA Times
Until
said.
then. Ta-da!
Oh, that's great.
They're gonna make a whole ton of
Just like I
jokes.
remember.
Or they like if they have to like go around and like maybe get at a rest stop and eat food, or they're gonna have to do a thing where it's like, oh, see, he's a normal person. See, walking around. We're at this 7. Oh yeah, I called it. And they were at that 7-Eleven looking place. The moms gets involved.
If it's adventure you seek, you've come to the right tavern.
Oh no.
And that character is going nuts.
Gas.
But it says we have a full tank.
No, that doesn't work. Growth spell. We grow the can, and then the gas inside will grow with it.
Oh no.
Elbows up.
No, it's gonna burst or something, is it? No, it's getting smaller?
It worked! The can is
Okay, that's actually pretty funny. Alrighty, so hey everybody, Blood Moon Bobby here. That ending was actually quite funny. So, there it is, the latest trailer for Onward. I've honestly been looking forward to it this whole day. I literally woke up this morning and one of the first things I see on Twitter is people all talking about this trailer. It's been teased. I saw that post where Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, they were all reacting to it, but they were like, trailer comes out tomorrow, and now tomorrow is today, and now from the time this video is released, it's tomorrow from the day that I have watched it. As I adjust the volume here so that I'm not blowing out the microphone. So, yeah, by the way, and if you're wondering why in my last couple of trailer reactions why the audio was sounding so terrible, it was because it turns out OBS was using my computer's mic, not my really good Zoom microphone. So that's what's been going on. But I managed to get it fixed for this recording. So, okay, that's, look at Onward. I knew that they were going to do a thing where they show how the dad, at least for now, they only managed to, like Tom Holland and Chris Pratt's characters, they only managed to bring back the father's legs. It looks like the dad cannot talk, although from the trailer it looks like he's at least sort of able to get around. Yeah, just like, I believe it was actually announced that at D23, or at least when D23, the Disney convention that happened at the Anaheim Expo was going on, a couple news websites like IndieWire and LA Times were talking about details they heard about with Onward. Like IndieWire mentioned how, I remember it specifically, IndieWire was talking about how the dad's legs came back, and LA Times threw out how somehow this was, they had to manage to get him back in 24 hours, or else the dad was going to disappear. And the funny, and probably the thing that really stuck out to me in this trailer is not only, this is the first time, at least in a public trailer, we get to see the dad, even if it's just his legs, but also I always have to like remind myself of Onward. I know, yes, it's a fantasy movie, but it is pretty clear, this is it's a fantasy, yes, but it's set in a really contemporary world at the same time. So that's why I'm reminded that, oh yeah, these characters, they drive cars just like, we do here on Earth, and they stop at places like at that 7-Eleven looking place, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's this kind of movie. And the funny thing is, the mom says, your dad was an accountant, not a wizard. So what I'm thinking is that maybe what happened here is maybe, let's actually go back here. Maybe they explain, like they mention how, speaking of Tom Holland, I see his character from Spies in Disguise. They mentioned how the dad said not to give that staff until the boys were older than 16. And even though the mom said, but your dad was an accountant, I'm wondering if it's a thing where maybe even if though that was the case, he was also really interested in magic. Like he was interested in this idea of being able to experience magic, because even though Onward is set in a fantasy world, things have gotten pretty contemporary and modern, much like our world. I don't know if it was a thing where like the dad maybe really was a wizard when he was still around, or it was just a kind of thing where it was like kind of like Indiana Jones, where he was like, oh, I found this mystical old thingy majig, and who knows, maybe there was a thing where it's like somehow when he passes away, he knows that this staff, and maybe the staff is capable of doing other spells, but maybe the dad discovers that, oh yeah, this spell, if the boys, they want to see me come back, when they get old enough, they'll be able to cast the spell, and it should be able to bring me back for one day. And unfortunately, at least as of now, they only managed to get the legs back, I believe. And I'm looking at my notes from my D23 video. They have to get a gem for that staff in order to bring the father fully back. I believe that's what's happening. And so that's what's going on. It's like, yeah, every time, I look at it, I always have to remind myself, even though, yeah, there's definitely, magic in this world, in present day, this is still, a very contemporary setting. So that was why, when I was watching it and they were showing scenes like them driving around and they were stopping at that 7-Eleven place, I was like, oh yeah, basically what happens in this world is that now, contemporary life has taken over technology that we see in the real world, things like cars and television have basically taken over magic. So it's just like every time I always have to kind of remind myself in the case of Onward. But yeah, I would say that this is from, pretty good, look at what's going on. It shows more details about the movie, even though, yes, technically speaking, at least as far as, the dad only having the legs come back, it's technically not super new information, but it's the first time we're getting to see that in a trailer that's widely available to the public. And I figured that the trailer was going to show how they only managed to bring back the dad's legs, because if you go on Pixar's Twitter account, you'll see that they put up a poster, and yeah, they only have the dad's legs in that. And as you can see, in the background, again, set in a really contemporary world, I see a diner there, as well as I think there's a pizza restaurant and an arcade in that background. So, okay, so yeah, so I would say, that was definitely a really good look at Onward without, spoiling too many, details. And I think this is actually a really good example of what I mean when I see that, movie studios are coming out with new trailers for a movie that's on the way. And I'm like, oh, I hope this trailer, has some good information while not, spoiling, any super major plot points. I like how this trailer shows enough that they do show, what exactly motivates the plot, and they show much more of the setting of this movie. And I think this trailer was really successful of doing it like that, because I've done trailer reactions before where they come out with a new trailer and there is very little in the way of new information, to the point where I almost have to like ask myself, is it really worth doing a new trailer for this? In the case of Onward, this is a really good example of a trailer that shows, more information without, spoiling, detail, like too many details of the movie. They do show us things like the environment, and also even a look at like the kind of creatures that, we can expect to see in this world again. This time I'll play through, parts of it without out, so that, my voice doesn't get mixed in with the trailer. But, we see things like all these, what are those, like, fairies, like, running around the 7-Eleven, like, their ants, and they're just having a good time. A police car chases. Geez, it looks like something out of Thelma and Louise. And once again, this character going bananas in a diner. That's a really good shot to end on. And like I said before, this joke that ends where they're struggling to get that gas can to get really big again. And then Chris Pratt's character shrunk it down, and because he shrunk it down, he thinks that the gas can is like super huge. I thought that was really funny.
The can is huge, and the van is huge, and you're... Oh no.
I thought that was really good. So, yeah, I could definitely say that I had a really good time with this trailer. I could also say that the amazing, it's funny, the cosplayer Rebecca Gibson, please go, look her up on Instagram. She's really fantastic, and, we've met her before, and she's been in my videos before, and she was saying, this trailer was so good, and I definitely have to agree with her. I'm really glad that I checked out this trailer tonight. So, oh yeah, so definitely really great. I'm definitely excited for Onward to be coming out, and yeah, I hope that I get around to checking out this movie when it comes out in 2020, and I'm definitely looking forward to this movie when it comes out in 2020. So leave me your thoughts down below. Are you excited for Onward? What did you think of this trailer? Did you think that they showed enough details, or did you want even more? Leave all those thoughts down below. Until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and feel free to leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell to get notified when I release my latest videos. Follow me at Blood Moon Bobby on your favorite social media platforms to take part in polls, see my tech tips, and to hear about my video plans. Thanks for watching.